Welcome to Sharing with Tan, where wisdom meets real-life experience. Life is a journey filled with lessons, memories, and moments worth sharing. Here, we dive into stories that inspire, insights that enlighten, and conversations that truly matter. Whether you're seeking fresh perspectives or simply a comforting voice, this is your space to relax, reflect, and reconnect. So, grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Because every story holds a lesson, and every lesson is worth sharing. The world is more connected than it's ever been before. We can communicate instantly with our friends and family who live miles apart, thanks to the power of social media. And yet, why do so many of us still feel lonely? Feeling lonely is a normal human experience. It is something we all go through. And it's not simply a function of being alone. You can feel lonely in a crowd. Because loneliness is a feeling of being alienated from others, not feeling understood or connected. It's a feeling that something is missing. But loneliness is also a message that our body sends us, letting us know that we are important, and we need to become friends with ourselves again. When we feel isolated or alone, we can choose to have compassion for ourselves. We can recognize our emotions without judging them. When we accept where we are and what we are struggling against, without berating ourselves, we can then begin to change. To defeat loneliness, we have to listen to its message. You are complete, nobody is needed, you are enough. In an age where technology has made the world smaller and more accessible than ever before, loneliness has become a silent epidemic. We can video call loved ones across continents, share our lives on social media, and connect with strangers through online communities. Yet, despite this unprecedented level of connectivity, many of us feel more isolated than ever. How is it possible to feel lonely in a world that is so deeply interconnected? The answer lies in loneliness itself. Loneliness is not merely the absence of people. It is the absence of meaningful connection. It is the feeling of being unseen, unheard, and misunderstood. It is the ache of wanting to belong, to be valued, and to be loved. And in a world that prioritizes quantity over quality, where superficial interactions often replace deep relationships, loneliness thrives. This video delves into the paradox of modern loneliness, exploring its roots, its impact, and how we can navigate it to find genuine connection and fulfillment. Through personal stories, psychological insights, and practical strategies, we will uncover how to transform loneliness from a source of pain into a catalyst for growth and self-discovery. Social media has revolutionized the way we communicate. With a few clicks, we can share our thoughts, photos, and experiences with hundreds or even thousands of people. But while these platforms promise connection, they often deliver something far more shallow. Likes, comments, and followers can create the illusion of intimacy, but they rarely satisfy our deeper need for authentic relationships. The narrator of the story captures this paradox perfectly. You can be lonely anywhere on this planet. It's your state of mind which determines loneliness. Even in a crowded city like New York, surrounded by millions of people, one can feel profoundly alone. This is because a true connection requires more than physical proximity or digital interaction. It requires vulnerability, empathy, and mutual understanding. Social media, by its very design, encourages us to present curated versions of ourselves. We share highlights, not struggles, successes, not failures. This creates a distorted reality where everyone else's life seems perfect while ours feels lacking. Over time, this can erode our sense of self-worth and deepen our feelings of isolation. Loneliness is not just a feeling, it is a signal. It is our body's way of telling us that something is missing, not just in our relationships but in our lives. The narrator describes loneliness as an emptiness that is frightening and scary, a void that we try to fill with distractions, achievements, or material possessions. But these external solutions rarely work because loneliness is an internal problem. At its core, loneliness is a search for meaning. It is a longing to feel seen, valued, and understood. It is a desire to connect with something greater than ourselves, whether that be other people, a sense of purpose, or our inner selves. When we ignore this longing, it grows louder, manifesting as depression, anxiety, or a sense of emptiness. The narrator's journey illustrates this beautifully. He initially believed that solitude was the key to spiritual growth, only to realize that you can't live as an island. We are social beings, wired for connection. But a true connection begins with ourselves. As the narrator says, "You are complete, nobody is needed, you are enough." Only when we accept and love ourselves can we form meaningful relationships with others. One of the most profound insights in the story is the idea that loneliness is an opportunity to become friends with ourselves. When we feel isolated or disconnected, we often turn to external sources of validation, seeking approval from others, chasing achievements, or numbing our emotions with distractions. But these strategies only deepen our sense of alienation. The narrator offers a different approach. Be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Instead of judging or berating ourselves for feeling lonely, we can choose to have compassion for our struggles. We can recognize our emotions without trying to fix or suppress them. This act of self-acceptance is the first step toward healing. Self-compassion is not about self-pity or indulgence. It is about treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a friend. It is about acknowledging our humanity, our flaws, our fears, and our vulnerabilities, and embracing them as part of who we are. When we do this, we create a safe space within ourselves, a refuge from the storms of life. While self-compassion is essential, it is not enough on its own. As the narrator observes, you need your fellow man. We are not meant to navigate life alone. We need others to reflect ourselves to us, to challenge us, to support us, and to share in our joys and sorrows. But in a world that often prioritizes individualism over community, finding genuine connection can be challenging. The narrator emphasizes the importance of surrounding ourselves with the right people, those who uplift us, inspire us, and reflect our values. These relationships are not just a source of comfort. They are a mirror that helps us see ourselves more clearly. Building a supportive community requires effort and intentionality. It means reaching out to others, even when it feels uncomfortable. It means being vulnerable, sharing our struggles, and asking for help. And it means showing up for others, offering our presence and support without expecting anything in return. Loneliness is not a problem to be solved. It is a part of the human experience. As the narrator says, loneliness, I suppose, is part of life. Everybody experiences loneliness. You learn to live with it. You have to go through it. Rather than trying to escape or avoid it, we can choose to embrace it as a teacher. Loneliness teaches us about ourselves, our needs, our desires, and our fears. It challenges us to confront our insecurities and to cultivate resilience. And it reminds us of what truly matters, not material possessions or external achievements, but the quality of our relationships and the depth of our inner lives. The narrator's reflection on the inevitability of death adds a poignant layer to this message. You arrive naked, and you depart naked, he says. In the end, the only thing that matters is what we carry in our hearts, the love we have given and received, the memories we have created, and the impact we have had on others. The story ends with a simple yet profound truth. The bottom line is love. Love is the antidote to loneliness, the bridge that connects us to ourselves and others. It is not just a feeling, it is a way of being, a commitment to kindness, compassion, and understanding. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, let us remember that connection begins within. By befriending ourselves, cultivating self-compassion, and building supportive communities, we can transform loneliness from a source of pain into a catalyst for growth. And by choosing love for ourselves and others, we can create a life of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. In the words of the Tswanas, Ji Prat Met Die Heart, you're talking with the heart again today. Let us speak from the heart, and let us listen with the heart. For it is in the heart that true connection is found. Loneliness is not a sign of weakness, it is a call to action. It is an invitation to reconnect with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us. As you reflect on this story, consider how you can respond to this call. How can you cultivate self-compassion in your own life? How can you build deeper, more meaningful relationships? How can you contribute to a world where no one has to feel alone? The journey from loneliness to connection is not always easy, but it is worth it. It is a journey of self-discovery, of growth, and love. And it is a journey that we can take together, one step at a time. I hope that through today's sharing session, I can provide you with a different perspective to help you find a path that suits you. These are some of my thoughts in today's video. If you feel this useful content, please share it with your friends and family. In addition, YouTube's algorithm prioritizes videos with many likes and subscriptions. So, if you enjoyed this video, please click the like and subscribe buttons to help more people see and know about this content. Thank you for watching and listening.